I'd like to go into my Discord chat and start a group discussion about what the Niners have going for them. What Niner fans can be hopeful about, can take heart in. Because usually when we do these discussions, I like talking about I'm quality control. So I'm always thinking about ways the Niners can get better, ways that I can help them, problems they have, weaknesses, holes. Let's talk about all the good things they have today. Just in the spirit of me going on vacation and the last your last memory of me for the last few days is being positive. How about that? So I'm going to go into the Discord and we shall talk.
Oh, he is.
What's up, guys? What's up, Gavin? What's up, Swan Song?
What's going on, Grant?
What's up, Grant?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Good.
Okay, so the topic of today's discussion is what the 49ers have going for them. It seems like a lot of the discussions I lead are kind of, have to do with the weaknesses and the problems and trying to figure out what could be in the Niners' way. But why don't we just today talk about the things the Niners have going for them? Let's see if we can get an exhaustive list. So Swan Song, why don't you name one thing the Niners have going for? Name one thing. Say one thing you like about them.
Okay, so I have a few things to add, but I'll just say one that comes out the top of my head. I think we're pretty healthy salary cap wise, and we'll be even healthier if you know what. If
Yeah.
Jimmy gets cut, right?
Yeah.
So, but I feel good about the health of the salary cap right now. I mean,
That's good.
yeah, we still haven't signed Warner, we haven't signed Bosa, but Bosa's not till next year. And so I think we're doing much better than most teams in that regard,
I agree.
considering the roster we have.
Yep. I would say the Niners, the salary structure for this year is pretty good. There's some backloaded contracts that are gonna get expensive down the line, like Armstead and Trent Williams. But right now, it's just basically Jimmy Garoppolo and D Ford. Every other contract is good this year. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
They have.
And they
How
can
about
get
I got
better.
one? They got the best middle linebacker in the game. That's a good
Yeah.
place to start. I mean, no matter what D'Amico Ryans is, he can lean on Fred Warner. If Nick Bosa isn't great this year, they had a top 5 defense without him last year. Fred Warner, I mean, when Robert Saleh talked about him, he basically called him the Peyton Manning of middle linebackers. Peyton Manning, that's a heady compliment because Peyton Manning was the offensive coordinator. It's not like he, called some of the plays. He was it. He was the coach.
Yeah.
And I think that Saleh would understand that, and I don't think that Fred Warner was, doing more than Saleh, but I think he was basically on his level and can really help.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and that's the kind of stuff doesn't show up on the stat sheet, right? Just like Brady being another coach doesn't show up on a stat sheet.
Absolutely, absolutely. Korean Niner is in the Twitch chat saying he's up in Berkeley. Oh snap! Are you on Telegraph getting some Korean barbecue? Steve's Korean barbecue is a spot in Berkeley. Sorry about that. So okay, other things the Niners have. I mean, Fred Warner's a
Okay,
great
so
place to start as long as they extend his contract.
Go on.
I
I'm
okay, so
grateful that Salah, even though Salah left, the defense is still there.
Yeah, still a good. I mean, even
Because
without Saleh, it should be a good defense next year. That's a good thing the Niners have going for them.
although this doesn't mean anything right now as we speak, I've never been this excited for a rookie quarterback in
That's true.
since been following the Niners since '86.
Wow.
I've
Never,
never been so
never.
excited about sports bras.
No, I mean
Yeah.
he's the most exciting he's the most talented rookie quarterback they've had since what, Joe Montana? Because remember, Steve Young wasn't a rookie on this team.
Yep.
You gotta prove
I
it,
mean,
though,
and
boy.
you
gotta
and you
prove
could
it.
say yes. I was somewhat excited of Alex Smith. I even somewhat excited of Druckenmiller, Jim Druckenmiller. Remember
Right.
that guy?
Those were really
But
the only
never,
first round picks the Niners have spent
yeah,
on that position.
yeah.
This
And
guy
never,
is the
but
most
never this
physically
excited.
gifted quarterback they've had since Steve Young. Doesn't mean he's going to work out, but he's more physically gifted, not just physically gifted, just gifted than Colin Kaepernick, Alex Smith, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
I think of him as the
and then
quarterback version of Fred Warner.
Yeah, and the attitude is what
Yes.
really sets it over the top. Because if you can show me all that stuff, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's flopped before. We know that.
Yeah.
We've seen all those talents like flopped. But what reassures me is, unless he does a really great job of, you know, wearing that mask, right?
Yeah.
Is what they keep on saying, like he loves the game, he's very organized, he's all those things. And of course I looked at that skeptically. um why does that sound bad when I say that? But
Because you never know
but
how
after
kids really how much they really love the game, right? They're kids.
yeah,
But there's reports that he used to stay inside in college to study NFL defensive schemes. That's the kind of level obsession you're looking from. Because that's how Breeze and Brady are. They're
yeah,
obsessed
you
with
need
those
that.
things. Yeah.
And after seeing how the family dynamic from some of the, like, little documentaries that NDSU has pushed out, that family's, man, they're doing it right. Like,
Yeah.
they're doing it right. They seem like they say all the right things. And not just from a, like, saying the right things of what you'd expect them to say, but saying the right things where you're like, wow, this looks very genuine.
Yeah.
So, and that's with all the talent that we just talked about. So that's got me really excited.
And then
It's
on
almost,
top of that is like the expectation that this offense should be among the league leaders in rushing.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
like it's set up for him.
Yeah.
I mean, no QB has ever been set up like this, right?
Yep.
Top 5 pick with a team that was at the Super Bowl 2 years later and really hasn't had lost much talent. You can argue that it's on better on paper. Sure, we have a lot of question marks, but you could argue
Gavin, what's
it's
that
better on
noise?
paper.
Gavin's in the in the woods in Wales.
I swear to
No,
God,
me,
I'm not
boys.
driving
It's no
today.
me. It's Korean
Sitting in a
40s to
chair.
see him.
I understand.
Hey,
It's a little
hey,
distracting.
Grant, I'm just
Yeah.
up the road from you, man.
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. What's the place you're at? You're at Fieldwork Brewing. That's what
Yeah, it's
you're
on-
the one with the noise
He's
in
in
the
a
background.
wind tunnel, man.
Yeah.
What's with the wind tunnel?
You're in the wind
I
tunnel.
can't help it. It's a little breezy up here.
It's
So
all
I can't
right.
help that.
Well, thanks for calling in,
Don't worry,
man.
all that breeze
A
is
little
just coming out
breezy.
of my backside. So,
Okay. All right.
sorry. Hey, Grant.
Did you just say
Yes.
backside?
Yes, I can't say the other word.
Okay.
We have kids on here, so
All right.
hey, I'm not gonna be on long, but have a great
Good idea.
vacation and eat some nice food.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. Have a great time in the
Yep.
East Bay. Take care.
All right.
All right.
too.
See ya. All right. Okay. So other things the Niners have going for them this year. Hey, how about that running game? The fact that the Niners they go about
Hold
6
on.
deep at tailback right now.
Yeah.
I think the big
Wait,
question
Roman.
there is just how healthy they'll stay.
Coleman's gone. That's nice. Let's
Yeah, and
not.
Sermon, man, he looks like
We don't have to
electric.
watch Tevin
Yeah.
Coleman and play football anymore. That's good. Wayne
Yeah,
Gallman's
Negative yards.
yeah, seriously, guy had like 50 yards last year. Wayne Gallman's an improvement. I'm excited to watch Elijah Mitchell. Trey Sermon's going to be a lot of fun. Raheem Mostert's one of my favorite players to watch in the league. They still got Juszczyk, Gavin.
Josh, okay.
That's right.
Yeah, Juice, my boy.
I mean,
Come
they
on,
still
Juice,
got
Who's
used.
the captain? Make him captain now.
Yeah, I mean, I think when the offseason started, a lot of people wondered if they were still going to have Juszczyk. That was the first person they re-signed. That's good to have him.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see
Um,
what he's going to deliver now over the next 2 years. And I want to see
And-
what he can do for the other running backs.
Me
Green
too.
And Trey as well.
Me too.
He's
And
gonna block, baby.
Spread his wisdom.
this has been discussed before, I mean, recently, and of course I think I totally agree with it, is the biggest improvement might be the offensive line. Like,
Yes.
so it's like that's gonna help the running game, that's gonna help the passing game. Like,
Yeah, the upgrade from whatever it was, Hronis Grasu to Alex Mack is going to be important.
What about
And
the
Aaron
So for Mike
Banks.
Flynn, putting on weight.
what about the
Putting on weight.
I was just gonna say, what about the young receiving core? Because outside of like Sanu, a lot of our receivers are young and show a lot of potential.
Yeah, I mean those starting wide receivers are probably as good as any starting wide receiver tandem in the league has both guys on their rookie deals. Can you guys think of a better tandem where both guys are like in their second or third year in the league?
Oh,
It's a very good
was
young
Mike-
duo.
Was Mike Evans on his rookie deal when Chris Godwin came in the league?
Good question,
can't
but I'm talking about now.
Right now, no.
Yeah.
I can't think of.
It might be the best young duo in the league. And what's nice about it too is that neither one has to be the go-to guy in the offense because George Kittle's still here.
Yeah.
It's nice.
There's another.
How about the fact that the Niners' best blocker is their best receiver? That's always good.
Yeah.
I mean, you would say that Kittle is a top 10 pass catcher in the league, regardless of position.
And a nightmare to cover.
And his best attribute is his blocking.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, let's go back to the O-line, the center position.
Yes.
You were talking about Mac. What about if he goes down? I don't think our depth at center is very good.
Well, you still got Brunskill as the
and
backup center.
I don't think, but he's not a good center though.
He's solid. He's okay. He was okay.
Okay.
I like
I'd rather
Brunskill. I
have him
think
at
he's
left
underrated.
tackle.
I think
Oh yeah, he's great at right guard. For sure.
Yeah, he's solid. He's not. I mean, yeah, he's a solid player.
Yeah, and then how many teams can you say that if they lose their starting center, their backup is going to be better than Brunskill?
Brunskill's one of the
can you say
better
there's
backup
many-
offensive linemen in the league because I think he's a starting caliber player.
Yeah, so that's
I
good.
agree.
Yep. Good play, and he can play all three positions, all five positions, which is nice.
What
that's
happened
big.
to Grasu, by the way? I think did anyone pick
Good
him
question.
up, or he's just
I haven't really checked in on Hronis Grosser recently, but I will. And when I do, you watch out.
What about the fact that we were able to bring back the majority of cornerback free agents we had?
Yeah,
brought
Jason
back Williams.
Verrett is on the team. How about that? That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Grateful we didn't bring back
And
Sherman.
not only that, we brought back Williams, who was a very key slot corner for us when healthy, and then we brought back Mosley, so we at least still have one of the younger cornerbacks on our team.
Yeah.
If
So,
they were
that's
sell, Verrett was just as important as Warner.
That's
for
true. They
the
couldn't have
success
done
of
what they wanted to
pass-
do last year without Verrett. He was so key. His ability to cover DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, just look at the difference between the first time the Niners played the Cardinals and the second time. That's a win and a loss, and the difference was Jason Verrett. Fred Warner played in both games. Jason Verrett did not. DeAndre Hopkins had 15 catches in the first game. It was a non-factor in the second. That was Verrett. He's very, very, very important. When he's healthy, he plays like a shutdown corner. I mean, he's not as big as Jalen Ramsey. He's not as good as Jalen Ramsey. He may not be as good as Jair Alexander, but he is as good or better than most corners in the league. That's a nice thing to have.
Daryl Green was short.
Yep, that's
I'd
right.
put-
That's exactly right. He's built like Daryl Green.
Yeah, I think if there were a tier list for cornerbacks, he would be a
Tier two?
Tier two.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
I'd be
agree.
comfortable with tier two.
Tier 2, which
He's
is
not
nice.
He's not like at the top like Ramsey, but he's definitely not. He's definitely better way above average.
Right. If there's like 4 or 5 guys in tier 1, then he'd be right at the top of tier 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get with that.
Yep.
I was actually thinking, I think I mentioned this last time. I was pretty happy we brought back Mosley. I kind of prefer him over Witherspoon. I don't know. I think he
Yeah,
has
and
more
I think
potential.
Mosley's going to end up kind of being like the Daniel Brunskill of the secondary. Like he might start initially, but Ambry Thomas is going to be the starter pretty soon, right? Like when he's ready, like Trey Lance. So again, Mosley can go back to that spot of the first guy off the bench. He can play in the slot. He can play outside. I think they like him for that role. It's not too expensive either. Like Ambry Thomas, we talk about Trey Lance getting the job when he's ready. I think the same thing applies to Aaron Banks. Same thing applies to Ambry Thomas. Only thing is, Trey Sermon, I think they'll probably stick with Mostert this year. But then next year, who knows if they'll even re-sign Mostert. It seems like they drafted Sermon almost with, because they may not re-sign Mostert. Like they're thinking ahead. Although, you never know what happens.
And then also we've cracked on him for this whole month, but we are in a good
Do
situation.
you think Hasty goes
where-
to the practice squad?
Yes, I think Hasty goes to the practice squad. We have a question in the chat. El Tapatio. I just got it. El Tapatio said, "Should we be worried that Lance has not signed contract?" Yeah, what do you guys think about that?
They? I mean, they
Hmm.
use. Isn't this par for the course before camp starts? They end up signing. Like, didn't that happen to Bosa
Bosa, yeah, he signed
when
day
he
up,
was a
right?
rookie?
He signed day up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I
think
think it'll
from what.
it'll happen before training camp.
Yeah, I
If
saw a tweet that said that the only
Hmm?
contention, their only contention was that they talked about it being fully guaranteed. If he if I'm sorry, if he got cut, if Trey Lance got cut, they could take part of his guaranteed money, something like that. That's what their contention is. Is from
just in
what I
case
heard.
the Niners cut Trey Lance, yeah, that could happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that could definitely
Oh.
happen. All right, so we addressed that. Anything? What else do the Niners have going for them this year? No one has even mentioned Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah,
He's pretty good at certain things. I mean, the Niners have one of the top 5 offensive uh, play designer installers in the league. That's good.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's a good thing to have. I mean, his run game is immaculate. His play action game fits perfectly off of that. Um, he's got some really good weapons, and he's going to be inserting his rookie quarterback into a good situation. That's good.
Yeah, and also, I mean,
What do you think
also,
McDaniels is going to be doing? Just running the
Well, he's
The,
he's
uh,
he's
uh,
the
run
he's the
ga-
run game. He's been the run game coordinator, so I would think the run game is going to be an even bigger emphasis this year. They're going to run the ball even more this year. That's what I would think.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
it's
just
good.
I thought it was better to keep him than with LaFleur because our pass game was terrible anyway.
I think Kyle would agree with that. I think I would agree with that too.
And when Nick Mullins dropped back, it gave me like panic attacks.
LaFleur is with Shanahan because with Saleh because Saleh and the older LaFleur were best man at each other's wedding or one or the other. So they're very close. I guess they're hoping to see. That's the thing. I think in New York, the offense is going to look more like the Green Bay offense than the Niners offense. That's what they're doing in New York. They're trying to recreate what Aaron Rodgers does. A lot of that stuff. Anyway, off topic.